What's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm just going to talk about some quick Disneyland updates that are going to affect Disneyland next year, and that they're going to basically, some of them are going to start as early as a few days from now with the Genie Plus. Now, the first big update is that Indiana Jones The Ride at Disneyland will be closing next year for refurbishment, and the last day to be able to ride the ride before the closing will be January 8th. Funny enough, at Universal Studios Hollywood, the last day for the animal actors and the special effects stage will be January 8th too, but those are probably never going to come back unless they move them to another location at the park. So both parks, Disneyland and Universal Studios, are closing big attractions on January 9th. And January 9th, Indy is going to be closed, and Inside the Magic reports that it's going to be closing on January 9th, and they don't know, and Disneyland basically it just says it's going to come back in the spring. Now, we know that Indiana Jones 5 opens on June 23rd, so probably the ride may open around that time or before, but it definitely is going to be a big year for Indiana Jones, for Disney, for the Indiana Jones ride and Indiana Jones 5. I hope that with Indiana Jones, when it comes Indiana Jones The Ride, when they reopen it, they fix a lot of the issues there, because when the ride opened back in 1995, and if that's not the correct date, I'll put the correct date here. When the ride opened, it was more intense, it had more effects, and a lot of the effects were working. It just it was a lot more amazing than what it is now. Now lately, like things like the snake is not moving, the boulder at the end does not move. The effect with the walls moving so that it feels like your vehicle is reversing, you're getting away from the boulder. That effect doesn't work a lot of times, most of the time, and the boulder sometimes just doesn't work. It doesn't move forward. So all that happens is that everything is static, and the vehicle starts driving forward, some flashing lights, and you basically dive down below the boulder. But they really need to fix all of that, because those effects are amazing. There was an effect when the ride opened about this, like these rocks, these molten rocks falling from the top of the cave, right as your vehicle was passing the molten pit right there below where the temple is, inside the temple. And they don't have that effect. It was like they were using like an ice machine, and the ice machine just broke, and they couldn't fix it since then. I don't know if they just left it alone or they removed it, but that effect has not been there since the early days, since that first year or first few years when the ride was open. And so hopefully they bring back a lot of these effects. Disneyland is going to have a big competition with Universal Studios Hollywood, with Super Nintendo World, and other future rides and plans that they're having there next year. So Disneyland really needs to step it up with this ride. It's probably my favorite ride at Disneyland. It's really a big IP ride that they have there. They need to really give it their all and make it really special, and really make it really fun and exciting the way it was. And this is their chance. They're going to be closed for a few months. This is their chance to really work it well and really impress everybody with what they do with it. So here's hoping they really make it really how it was before, really amazing and great. I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully they make it as awesome as it was when it first opened, if not better. Other news is that the Genie Plus will be rolling out a new feature in a couple of days, and basically it's going to be that you won't have to cancel your reservation anymore for a lightning lane or fast pass. I'd rather call it a fast pass, and for a ride, and then you have to book another fast pass for another ride that you wanted. This time you can have the reservation, and you'll be able to modify. You just be able to change the ride while you have the reservation, and also you will be able to add more people to your party for a ride reservation. So if you want to add more, let's say it's just going to be the kids going, and let's say the parents want to go on the ride, the kids will be able to add the parents on the ride while they have the reservation for that fast pass, and the whole family will be able to go to the ride in the fast pass line. So this is pretty good. So also, unfortunately, it looks like the time intervals, the time between your next fast pass availability to book, will also be around like an hour and 30 minutes or 2 hours. They haven't changed that. But one of the positives about this is that, let's say you're at the park, and then let's say Matterhorn is your next reservation. You go there, and it's time to go to your fast pass, and you see that the line is really long just for the fast pass alone. So I'm thinking that possibly it's going to be able to let you change your fast pass ride to another ride. And let's say you want to change to Thunder Mountain because you notice that the line is less wait time there than Matterhorn. You reserve for Thunder Mountain, you go to Thunder Mountain, and you end up waiting less at Thunder Mountain for that fast pass line. And basically it helps you move your day faster, get through your itinerary much faster. And hopefully this new feature for Genie Plus helps the guest experience at the parks, and helps it make a better experience, a more efficient experience for people to be able to do as much rides and activities as they want as possible. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to go try it out when I go to the park and do some vlogging about it too. And just some last bit of tidbits, just some reminders that Mickey's Runaway Railway will be opening on January 27th, and this is gonna be basically like almost a competition to Super Nintendo World that Disneyland is putting out there with a new attraction at the park. I guess they're gonna be counting it as an e-ticket ride, but the odd thing about it is that Toontown is not gonna open until March 8th. So when Mickey's Runaway Railway opens on January 27th, there's probably going to be a lot of construction walls. Who knows if the outside queue facade of the movie theater that Mickey's Runaway Railway will be at will also be finished, but the ride's going to be available on late January. But Toontown will be open. All of the Toontown land will be open on March 8th, and they're touting that there's going to be a lot of new features there, a lot of new things. They're going to have basically Mickey's Runaway Railway. They're going to have a Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. They're gonna have that little roller coaster for the kids also there. So they're gonna have 3 attractions. They're gonna have character meets. It's gonna be a little bit more exciting to go there, especially with the new ride. It's gonna get Disneyland busy. Will it be competition for Super Nintendo World? Will it be as busy as Super Nintendo World for Universal Hollywood? I don't think so. 2023 for Universal Studios Hollywood is going to be a big year. It's going to be a very busy year with everybody trying to go to Super Nintendo World next year, and also with the plans that they have with the supposed roller coaster construction starting next year for a target date of probably 2024, maybe as late as 2025. So they're going to be busy at Super Nintendo World, Universal Hollywood, and Disneyland. This is, I guess, probably their answer to compete with that. So Walt Disney World announced that Splash Mountain will be closing on January 23rd of 2023, and so the last day for them is going to be January 22nd over there at Walt Disney World. Disneyland hasn't announced a date for the Splash Mountain here at California. I'm not a big fan of this change. Disneyland is concerned with other things besides competing with Universal Studios Hollywood. Instead of retheming these rides, the Splash Mountain is a classic, beloved ride. They are kind of the people behind, the Imagineers, the people behind this change for Splash Mountain are concerned with things about what are said about the ride's supposed history, racist history that it has, which is not. It's just about cartoon animals, and it has a catchy song, a very iconic song for that ride, and it's just an iconic ride. And I guess Disney is more concerned with what people say on Twitter than what the mass audience, the mass guests that go to their parks think. And guests love that ride. If the ride had any issues, people will not be getting on it. It will not be having long waits or anything like that. Bring you the update here when Disneyland announces a closing day for Splash Mountain at Disneyland California. But that's going to be another change that they're going to be doing. But definitely Universal Studios Hollywood has the upper hand with all the changes. If they bring back Indiana Jones in the summer or spring, and it's fully refurbished and it's amazing, it's as amazing as it was when it opened, if not better, then that would be a great way of kind of competing with Universal Hollywood as far as a top tier attraction. It is a top tier attraction, but with all the effects missing, with all the issues that it's had and the breakdowns, it just hurts the ride. It hurts the experience at the park, and it's not the best experience when you have other bigger rides and other theme parks as well. So another thing that I think, my recommendation for Disney to compete directly with Super Nintendo World, to really probably beat them in this competition that is going on between them now, because Super Nintendo World is going to give them big competition, is that they should consider retheming Galaxy's Edge to the original movies, to the original trilogy, or at least the Mandalorian universe, where you could have Remnant Imperials versus the New Republic, and just bring Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Cara Dune, all those characters onto the land. If you're going to do the original trilogy, bring all the original trilogy characters, Darth Vader, the original Stormtroopers, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan, all those original characters. They could even retheme the Rise of the Resistance to the original trilogy, change Kylo Ren to Darth Vader, change Rey to Princess Leia, change Finn, who's inside the big Star Destroyer and he's helping you escape, change him to Luke Skywalker or Han Solo. or they can even go crazy and they can do it the Mandalorian. Cara Dune can take over Rey. Mandalorian can take over Finn's character, and then Kylo Ren could be replaced by, I forget the name of the character, the main villain in Mandalorian. I'll put it right here on the screen, and it could be replaced by him. It's all doable. Like, Disneyland really needs to think about what they're gonna do with Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge, if they retheme it to the original trilogy, if they make it more exciting, add some stunt shows, add probably a third attraction, add a reserved dining restaurant, sit down restaurant. Just add more exciting stuff and make it more fun and more lively there. Then they really have. I think they really could have the upper hand against Super Nintendo World. But they have to bring back the original characters. They have to basically bank in on the Mandalorian stuff, especially with season 3 coming out on March 1st. And they really got to do something to make it more exciting. And this is, I think, the best answer to be able to compete directly with Super Nintendo World and possibly even beat it. But they gotta bring back something that's gonna bring back the fans, bring back people. Have Darth Vader walking around Galaxy's Edge. That would be a big deal. Have Han Solo walking around and he's walking next to the Falcon. That would be amazing. So Disney, just think about it. This is what Star Wars needs right now. This is what the fans want at Galaxy's Edge. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you again for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to keep up with the updates on Universal Studios Hollywood, Super Nintendo World, and Disneyland, and all their plans for next year. In the meantime, I'll see you guys next time.